is, I mean, it's a generic tax filing software. We can file some, W-2 tax returns. We can file all kinds of investments and property management, you name it. But where it gets really magical, like where I think we have an especially great experience is for folks where you have some sort of 1099 income. And for most of our users, they actually have W-2 as well, but they have that 1099 income, which a lot of people will view that as like, a big bummer. But we wanted to turn that around and make it feel like an opportunity, because it allows you to claim deductible business expenses, which are actually really meaningful. And that was kind of the premise of Keeper, is that for those people who have some 1099 income, we can turn this pain point into an opportunity, and we can help them, get really good at like getting the most out of their taxes, kind of like you would have if you had this like very expensive accountant who went through every line of your bank statements and stuff line by line with a highlighter. We wanted to recreate that experience using software. We do things a little bit differently. So we try to start with the fun stuff. You answer a couple of questions, and then the next step is, okay, link your bank account. It's optional. You don't have to. But if you do it, we will typically find you about $1,200 worth of tax breaks. And then, you file through the app, at your own pace. It'll be job dependent. So we support 183 types of, freelancing work, and each of them has different rules and regulations that we have built into the system. But some of the base examples, some of the things that basically everyone can write off are, things like just electronics that you need for your job. So your phone bill, the phone purchase, the charger, the case, like all those little things are always deductible. Car expenses are a really big one. Technically, you're supposed to track mileage, but people don't because it's a huge pain. And so instead, you can just add up all of your car-related expenses: gas, insurance, roadside assistance, all like maintenance, all those things. Take a percentage, done. If you do hospitality work, then you may be required to wear a uniform. You're gonna have a lot of little expenses that also add up over the course of the year. And so we make those things really clear. We have a big part of our team is dedicated to studying the tax law. And we do that in order to sort of do what's right by our customers. So if we know, for example, that you drive a car, to get to and from clients, or you work from home, or obviously you have a phone bill, those are obviously tax deductible. So we'll automatically do all that math for you. And then if you want to go through and kind of like fine tune it, you're welcome to do that as well. Receipts are a great example of a very dangerous myth that we see ourselves as on a mission to help people understand that this is like way overblown. Paper receipts are not necessary for expenses that are made from a digital, like that have a digital record. The only time you need a paper receipt is for cash expenses over $75. There is a place for personalized help. Taxes are scary. And so we do have a dedicated representative assigned to every user that comes in who is a tax expert and is there to help in case you do have questions. And so that's part of the service, but that's like, you don't have to use them if you don't want to. That's up to you. We, some examples of the extra measures we take on top of what a typical software company would do is we do not store any of the types of credentials that would allow a third party to like impersonate you in any way. Any data that is personally identifiable is fully encrypted. Any data that would allow you to access financial accounts is not even stored with us. One of the sort of things that is nice about our business model is we don't sell data. We don't like sort of monetize in any way other than the money that people give, like the users give us. That's it. That's that's our business model. It's very simple. We provide a valuable service. The user pays us. There's no shenanigans. And I think that's kind of nice in a world where there's a lot of free stuff out there that's maybe not as, there is a price. It's never too late. Even if you've already filed your taxes, it's pretty simple to do an amendment. If you forgot to claim write-offs, which is unfortunately a lot of folks do, especially on their first year, how does $1,000 sound? Like that's kind of what we're talking about in terms of the meaning here. So it's not too late. Even if you don't choose to use Keeper, you should just make sure you are claiming those write-offs because they apply to you.